Before her maiden name was Diana Spencer. Then she married the Prince of Wales, and she was Diana Windsor, or she was Diana, Princess of Wales. But her maiden name was Spencer. The maiden name is the name you were born with. My father's name was Damerel. I married Gerald Simon, so my maiden name is Damerel. My married name is Simon. My surname is Simon. But Diana Spencer, I'm trying to think of somebody who's been married recently. Who got married recently that we know? I can't think of any celebrity.
Teacher, I'm not sure I'm correct. It means to use the name of the husband in the surname of the husband.
Yes. Your surname would be your name now, your last name. That would be your husband's. Very often, like when you fill out for a passport or for a birth certificate, if you had a baby, they want to know your maiden name. They want to make sure that they have you in mind. What was your maiden name? They'll often ask for your birth date. They want to know when you were born. Sometimes they'll want to know your mother's maiden name. Not only your maiden name, but your mother's maiden name. Because they want to have a history of exactly who you are. So they'll go back and they'll say, what was your mother's maiden name? Sometimes when you have a credit card, they ask security questions. And that is to protect you, to make sure that nobody else can get into your account. And very often, I find, the security question will be either, what was your mother's maiden name? Not when she married my father. What was her name before she married your father? And the other thing they ask is, where was your mother born? Have you found that to be true when you get a credit card? Because that has happened. Those are those kind of questions. What's a signature?
Sign language.
Yeah, it's your name. It's your name. Your married name is the same as your surname, or what you call it now. Not necessarily. Your married name that's only for a woman. No man has ever asked that question. Do you know what nickname means? Yes, of course. That's our tags. Do you know what pseudonym means? Pseudo is phony. Pseudo. If someone says, oh, she's a pseudo-democrat, that means she says she is, but she's really not. Pseudo is phony. I know I have your name here because I just saw it. I do it. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. We're asking what we're doing. We're just doing names and various vocabulary words you should know when you're filling out any kind of form that has your name on it. And we're asking, and they don't seem to know. Everybody knows what a nickname is.
No.
Nickname is what you're called.
Yes.
Pseudonym,
I don't know.
you don't know.
Yeah.
Pseudonym,
Not real name.
huh?
Not real name.
It's not the real name. It's a phony name. For instance, if you had, if you had a made-up name, let's say you were a gangster, and they called you by a different name to avoid the law. It's a pseudo, it's a phony name. It's not your real name, but it's a name that you're known by. Like Fat Eddie, Edward Smith, let's say. Let's say he's in a gang, and they know him as Fat Eddie. That would be a pseudonym. A pseudonym. I was an actress, so I used a shortened version. I didn't say Elizabeth Damerel. My first name is Elizabeth. As an actor, I used Liz Damerel. So it's a name by which you were known by, another name. It also can be called an alias. It also can be called AKA, and that's an acronym. Remember we learned about acronyms? This is also